Hi, I'm Teresa.
And I'm Mark.
We're ready to talk man cave bathrooms today with guests Jason Cameron, Dave Heim, and Barbara Viteri.
It's happening right now on MyFixitUpLife.
Sanding walls before you paint? Do it the Hyde way, not the hard way, with Hyde's dust-free sander. Attach to your wet dry vac and go. No drywall dust on your furniture, no tough cleanup when you're done. Buy online at Amazon.com.
So, Mark.
Bathroom time, bathroom break, I'm in it.
Yeah, it's a bathroom break, and we've got potty mouths today.
Potty mouth?
Potty mouths. We're talking about man cave bathrooms, kind of like the penultimate, is that a word?
That's
the
a word.
bathroom.
Let me check with the English Major Alliance.
Well, we're planning. We're in the planning stages of a bathroom in our basement, which is going to be totally tricked out as a man cave bathroom. And so, who better to have on the show than
Man Cave Master,
Jason Cameron,
DIY Network.
And funny that on this week's episode of his show Sledgehammer,
his new show,
that he actually did a bathroom,
and it was awesome.
Well, the pre-bathroom before he did the demo,
disaster area.
There's this wallpaper that was on the walls, and I sent it off to Lori Lazur from Customized Walls, but because she is a wallpaper expert, she couldn't even comment on it. It was so bad. It's ridiculous. I can't imagine having worse wallpaper.
At what point was that ever a good idea?
Don't know.
Who went through the decision tree and it didn't fall down from dry rot? Hey, let's do wallpaper. This is the wallpaper we will put effort and money into.
Well, the coolest thing, too, is that Bath Crashers host, Matt Minster.
Yes. M-E-U or M-U-E?
M-U-E.
Nicely played.
Yes. He actually is right now down at Deco Lab in Florida looking at his new line of all of his bathroom fixtures that are branded under the Matt Minster name. And they're pretty awesome. I think they would fit in pretty much any man cave.
Well, I like his style. It's sleek, it's modern, it's really cool.
Well, and he comes out of being an interior designer, too. That's what he went to school for. So he is a really good designer, and he's super cute. We tweeted out a photo of it.
He likes it when I say that. Matt, take it from me, son. You're cute.
And if you're interested in his products, you want to go to Deco Lab's website, and they're available at 1,500 kitchen and bath showrooms nationwide and online. See, I know that.
See, you do know that.
Because when I like something, I'm ready to shop.
You are ready to shop. You're ready to go. You're Amazon Prime's Prime customer. I'm surprised a new car's not outside.
If it's not Prime, I'm not buying it. And if it's an add-on, I'm definitely going to get that $25 that you have to spend. I'm like, what else do we need so I can get that add-on price?
500,000 rolls of paper towels are in our basement.
No, there aren't.
Might as well fill it up with paper towels.
Well, we tweeted out that we are talking about man cave bathrooms this week, and we had some really awesome tweets back to us.
Some response.
And one of them was from DJ Yoakley, who you can see at DJ Oakley on Twitter, and he tricked out his man cave bathroom.
Yes.
The door looks like a penalty box for hockey.
That is fantastic.
Isn't that crazy? Are you going online right now to
check it out? I'm going on right now.
He's going on to check out this picture because it's super cool. And we had some other good... Building Moxie says that what he wants to have is a pool table and a full recording studio.
In the bathroom?
In his bathroom man cave. I think he actually wants his own little apartment.
He's going to need to live downstairs from a gymnasium or an office building to have all that stuff in there.
Pretty sick. And, one other thing I have to mention, too. We asked the Beer and S.
Yes.
At the Beer and S on Twitter, what's the perfect beer to go in a bathroom?
All of them.
She showed us a picture from this company called Shakuli that actually makes like a cozy for your beer that sticks to the wall in the bathroom. Like they specialize in helping people get their drink on.
Well, that's when
in
you
the
have
shower.
that's when you have your rally beer to get ready to go drink more beer. And for sick bathrooms, I posted on our Facebook page today a bathroom, and I'm not joking when I say this, throne.
Nice.
And I asked people to check in to see how much it costs, see if I could get some good guesses.
Yes.
Pete Kremiak wouldn't pay more than a farthing.
What is that?
I don't even know.
Go to our Facebook page, guys, so you can weigh in on how much that bathroom would cost.
Taylor Barker chimed in at $12K and lands about $8K low.
Oh
20 G's.
Oh my gosh.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more My Fix It Up Life.
Add more curb appeal to your home.
Create a memorable entrance with Therma-Tru fiberglass doors and 5-pond synthetic trim that won't warp, crack, or rot.
And give you those rich details that make your home a showpiece.
Make your great entrance by visiting thermatru.com and 5pond.com.
We are good, and you are back inside My Fix It Up Life. She's Teresa. She's my wife.
Hi.
I'm Mark. I'm the man. Where's the bathroom?
Where's the bathroom?
Where is the bathroom? It's a big question. And why are there so many doilies and stuff in it?
There are no doilies in our bathroom.
It feels like there are doilies in our bathroom.
Our bathroom is like the citrus green.
Okay, Jason Cameron, host of DIY Network's Man Caves. Has she said enough at citrus for me to be upset and want?
Do I need to jump in here? Do I need to be the mediator on this?
Yeah, you do.
I'm going to listen. You guys brought up doilies. I didn't bring them up, but I would have because that's number one on my list. No, absolutely no doilies. You guys have one handy? Because I want to know what it looks like. What does a doily look like? Because I don't like the sound of it. It just shouldn't be in a man cave.
Doilies are really pretty, delicate little things, and you can knit them or crochet them.
Think of Captain America's
Or
shield.
can't be in a man cave. So pretty and delicate doesn't go with a man
Yeah.
cave. But that's all right.
Yeah.
So no doilies, no scented candles, no throw pillows because, listen, we like to sit on the couch rather than the throw pillows taking up all the space. So no throw pillows, no Afghans, no pinks, no fuchsias. We need brick, stone, leather, and beer. Basically.
Brick, stone, leather, and beer.
Okay.
That sounds like a really interesting shopping list.
I do want to go off the reservation and ask a question about color, though.
Okay.
Because no pinks, whatever you just said. I pulled pink out of that. But somebody's going to have, like, a favorite sports team, like the Oregon Ducks or one of those teams that now, Seattle Seahawks, that have some...
Well, that's the caveat. That is the allowance that we give the guy if it is part of his favorite team. If it's colors in there, we'll mute it, but we'll allow it.
He'll allow it.
We'll allow it.
Yeah, we'll give that to him.
So are
We'll
you
take
like...
away his man card.
Are you like the technical judge?
In all funniness, I think it's we have a list that we maintain that Goose is in charge of and keeps growing. But we have a lot of fun designing these because it's easy to design for guys. It really is, right? Because whatever he's into, and you guys have been to set, you know what I'm talking about. You came out and visited us, but it's if he's a football guy, a baseball guy, if he's a cigar guy, a wine guy, a beer guy. I mean, come on. It's easy, right? We're very simple. Teresa, we're very simple creatures. We are.
You are very easy to please and to be made happy. You have to make sure you have a full belly, a comfortable chair, and no one's telling you to do anything.
That's it. You got it. See, that's us in a nutshell.
Why is life so horrible then?
Well, the added features of like a giant television.
Oh, that's a long list. We didn't get into that. We don't have the time on this show. But for purposes of a man cave, that's our area. That's our release. That's our area we can go in and not have somebody yell at us because we didn't pick something up. Or we can put the moose head on the wall that you ladies hate, or that favorite chair that we love and you guys hate. Every guy has those things that she does not want around anywhere near her, so that's our space to put it in.
Well, speaking of the animal head on the wall, I would paint that a really pretty turquoise or...
I'm dying inside. You know what? Maybe you guys should chat for a while. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay, I want to know, though, Jason Cameron of Man Caves, have you ever completed a man cave that did not have a television in it?
No. We have not.
Thank God.
No, that's listen, I think again with the list of things that aren't allowed, the list of things that are important that need to be in a man cave, TV is at the top of the list. Not one, but multiple, because no matter where you are in the room, you need to be able to see a television. So any angle, any position you are, you need to be able to see whatever's on. That's just a rule that we have in a man cave. Okay. So we hold that very seriously.
Wait, because we have those like smart TVs that are on the internet, and you can have Skype and stuff on it. Now, is it allowed for the woman to Skype in to the man cave and say, honey, did you go pick up my prescription at the drugstore?
Listen, we can't control what happens in the man cave after we leave. I mean, that's up to the guy. I can't control that. But while we're there, Goose was pretty adamant about the fact that it's going to be a man cave while we're there.
That's beautiful.
So take that for what it is. I'm just saying. He is the man cave authority because he's a caveman. So, I mean, Goose is the caveman.
Nice.
Well, to sort of keep that TV thing going and the bathroom theme going, you've done bathrooms in man caves, 14 seasons. How couldn't you have? Yeah, I'm just going to assume you've done.
That's incredible. It's 14. I still can't believe that it's been that long. But yeah, we have done in that amount of time. We have done bathrooms, a couple. One of them stands out in particular, but yes, we have done them.
So what are the essentials in, does there need to be a TV in a man's bathroom?
Yes. Usually it's a hidden television in the mirror. That's very important. It needs to be completely wired with sound and with everything computer related, so it's completely wired because, guys tend to spend a little more time in the bathroom. Well, I shouldn't say a little more time, but we like to, spend some time in our throne room, if you will. And we need to have things in there that we might want while we're spending time in there. So, yeah, of course, we're going to pimp out the bathroom, just like any other room.
I have another question. Well, because you're the man cave authority right here. What kind of soap is allowed in the bathroom? Is it like a foaming hand wash? Is it a bar soap?
Egads!
Does it have to be on a rope? Allowed? Or is there no soap allowed in the man's, to wash your hands?
Soap on a rope is, sure, you can soap on a rope. That's allowed. Any soap with grit in it is allowed because, we like that. We like to exfoliate, if you will. So, yeah, the exfoliating soaps are allowed. No perfume-scented soaps, that's all.
So what about, rugs? Do you have...
You're trying your darndest
I want to know what's
girl this up. I know what you're doing.
Well,
I've seen this movie.
But where I'm going with this is that we have a project in our house that we're planning to create a man cave bathroom. Because we realized the bathroom that we did originally 10 years ago together is less masculine than he would really enjoy it to be.
Let me remind you, citrus.
So we're actually thinking about putting in a urinal and a TV and trying to make it be, have all those elements of stone, wood, leather. What was the other thing? Stone, wood, leather.
Stone, wood, steel.
And beer.
Okay. So.
And beer.
I want to know when I'm decorating the bathroom, am I allowed to put a bath mat in there?
Well, Teresa, first of all, we don't say decorating.
Oh, sorry.
We don't use that. But rugs, you know what? I'm not a big fan of. I mean, rugs are fine. I'm just not a big fan of. The worst is when you walk into a bathroom, you see carpeting on the floor. I mean, I don't know what is going through somebody's mind when they put carpeting in. But rugs are fine. I have no problem with rugs. I'm not an anti-rug guy. I'm fine with rugs as long as they're not frilly and pink or some crazy pattern. I'm fine with the rug. It's all good. But urinal, that's really taking it to the extreme. Putting a urinal in your bathroom that you share. That I give you credit for because that's a huge step for you to be able to do that. Mark, I mean, I'm just saying that's not a typical amenity in a bathroom.
Well, I think
we have installed them.
You have?
Yes, we have installed urinals in bathrooms, but it was only the guy's bathroom. The wife or girlfriend would never go in there, so it was the guy's.
It was the
bathroom.
guy's.
It was never a shared
thing.
bathroom.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, there's a right or wrong answer to this design question, and I know it. The urinals that go all the way to the floor, have you seen those like in an old hotel or a restaurant? More awesome or 10 times more awesome than just the white ceramic thing stuck on the wall?
I would say a lot more awesome just because it's nostalgic. It brings back some of that history. And I like them. I think they look cooler, the ones that are, the full-length ones. But it's a commitment either way. I mean, that's a big commitment.
Yeah.
Put that in.
No, those things.
And you get to clean it, assuming.
Well, that ties
when it comes
into
to cleaning detail.
Anything
that's the guy's business to clean that.
Yes. Well, anything that's flush to the floor, like a zero clearance shower, walk-in shower like that, garden hose. There's no cleaning.
Yeah, garden hose. That's the other thing about a man cave bathroom is we like to just hose it down. Everything's waterproof. Just hose it down. It's the easiest thing, the way to go, and it saves a lot of time on cleaning.
Well,
so if the wife asks us to clean, you're like, it's clean, honey.
It's all done.
Just hose it down.
Yeah.
But a bathroom is not something we do. It's interesting. We haven't done a lot of bathrooms. We've done a couple because being on as long as we've been on, you're running out of room, so you've got to come up with different ideas. So we've done them. It's just not a typical room that we, turn into a man cave, if you will.
Well, it's a lot for you guys to do because you'd still do the bar or the, TV or whatever else you're doing, and you have to add a bathroom, and you guys aren't exactly there for 5 years. So that's a big addition to do.
It's a big challenge from a design aspect because you're trying to incorporate a lot of things that wouldn't necessarily be in a bathroom into a bathroom. So in a much smaller space. So that's a difficult design challenge. So sometimes you got to draw the line. As much as we want to put everything into it, sometimes you got to draw the line and go with more of the essentials than the non-essentials.
Now, question: man cave or not? Just in your life, have you been into a bathroom that someone has tried to make super macho and it has made you really uncomfortable? Like they've got gargoyles or axes or I don't know, but
something really gross.
Something gross, bizarre.
I'm reminded of that Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. One of those episodes that he had like the jar of pee.
Oh my God!
Bed. I don't know if you guys watched that episode.
I'm not going down that road right now.
But
I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look that up now. I don't think I've seen that.
Well, he had it so that instead of having to get up and use the bathroom, he would just have a jar right there ready to go, so he could just sort of, to the side. So that is a guy who probably.
I'm a busy guy, but I'm not that busy. All right, I don't even know what to say to that. That's insane. But I've been in some bathrooms that made me a little nauseous. Yeah, the craziest bathroom I've ever been in though is my wife and I went to Italy on a trip, and we were driving down to Positano from Rome, and we stopped in they call it the Autostrada on that's their highway, and one of their their convenience stores, if you will, gas stations, and you walk into the bathroom, the public bathroom, and you expect to see a toilet, right, like we see here.
Yes,
but instead, it's just a hole in the floor with 2 foot spots next to it. So it's just an open stall. There's a hole in the floor, and then you have 2 spots for your feet. So I didn't know. I'm standing there staring at it. I'm like, I don't understand. What is this? And you basically just put your feet on where you're supposed to put your feet, and you squat and do your business. And it's open. There's no walls there. So, that, I think, is the craziest thing I've ever been in. If we ever incorporate that into a man cave, that will be the day, I think, when we try to do the hole in the floor with the foot pegs.
Design reminiscent of late 19th century outhouse.
Oh my goodness gracious!
That's basically it. I was taken back by that. Not to say they're all like that. I'm just saying there are a few left where you're just basically squatting.
And changing the subject.
I'm just being reminded of our 6-year-old Jack.
6.
Yes, who, when he was potty training, he would have to stand on a stool in order to pee into the toilet because he wanted to have the same projection like his dad. And he's also adopted a pot. Used to be a potted
plant.
Used to be a potted plant, but that's his outside toilet.
Now it's our quarter bath.
He literally has.
Nothing grows, I'm assuming, in that, unless he's a very special kid and there's all kinds of things growing in it.
Yeah.
No, that would be called a food desert.
So my question is: Are we raising him in a manner for his appreciation of the man cave sort of essence? Is this a budding man caver?
Yes, I would have to say yes. Although we've blossomed as men when it comes to man caves, we still like to live in the present. You know, we still like the nice things and live in the present, but we will always resort back to the caveman if we have to. I mean, I'm just saying. You know, I think he's right where he needs to be. Your boy right now. Put it that way. So nice job.
I'm so glad.
Well, as far as man cave, bathrooms, bathing, you've also set up stuff on man caves for guys' equipment. Their Harley, their dirt bikes, a classic car. Have you set up anything like in a garage that makes it easier for them to kind of take care of their stuff?
Oh yeah, no, a lot of what we do is obviously it's always based on his needs, but yeah, there's been a lot of shows, whether it's a garage or a basement or garage setting, that is dedicated to his passion, and sometimes those passions are maintaining cars or maintaining bikes. You know, so it's all designed with that premise in mind to make his passion easier, if you will. So yeah, we've done a lot of those where the bike that you mentioned, that episode, if I'm thinking of the same one, was we actually put a bike turntable in there where he could pull up on the turntable. It was designed because the room wasn't big enough for him to turn the bike around in it. So this was designed and built so he could pull straight in onto this pedestal, and then he hits a button and the whole thing just turns, and then it's pointed in the opposite direction from which he came. So it's things like that we like to do that not only look cool and are cool to film, but also make his passion easier.
That is amazing.
Well, that's your design cue for your man cave bathroom.
Well, wait 1 second. I have to ask. So you're building a new house right now. Have you designated a man cave in that new house?
It's funny you asked me that because I was just having a conversation with my buddy about where my man cave is going to go. And believe it or not, after 14 seasons and over 150 man caves, I do not have one yet. And this drives me nuts because I have a 1,000-square-foot condo. There's no room for a man cave. When I get the house, hopefully the show will still be on at that point, and because that would really be a bummer if the show ended and I didn't have a man cave yet. But I have picked a spot. Although people are asking me, there's a bonus room above the garage, which happens to be right next to the master bedroom. But everybody's like, hey, that bonus room is a perfect spot for your man cave, which it would be, but it's right next to the master bedroom, so that's a no-no. I can't have my man cave next to the master bedroom. So I'm going to build a separate building for my wood shop, and my man cave will be above that.
Now that is kind of an ultimate man cave. And I think the reason why you haven't had one after so many seasons of man caves is that you're trying to, acquire all of the different things from all the ones that you've done so that you've tested them all out and you know exactly what works for you.
I'm just writing down jealous 400 times on my notepad.
Yeah, he's a little
well,
bit
Teresa's very astute because that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm gathering up all my thoughts and all the things that I want in my man cave after 150 plus episodes, and now I know exactly what I want, and I have exactly what I want for it. So there you go. That's a perfect analogy.
I love it.
Oh, that's perfect. And unfortunately, it's an imperfect end to a great interview. Jason Cameron, DIY Network.
Follow him on Twitter,
Facebook,
yes.
Instagram.
Check out his show.
He just
DIY
cut a piece
Network.
of wood.
He just cut another piece of wood.
And follow
I'm
us.
tweeting it now. Oh my God, I just glued something.
Follow us into a break. We'll be right back with more of my Fix It Up Life.
Can you get a break to get perspective? Stepped outside of your body, would you not break? Would you let it open up and let a teardrop fall for joy and for the planets?
Rebuilding Together believes that everyone deserves to live in a safe and healthy home. For nearly 25 years, Rebuilding Together has provided critical home repairs for low-income homeowners in need. With support from volunteers and skilled professionals, Rebuilding Together affiliates complete 10,000 rebuild projects every year, working to revitalize and stabilize vulnerable neighborhoods and communities across the country. Join Rebuilding Together and rebuild in your community. Find out how you can make a difference and get involved at rebuildingtogether.org.
It's time to bring beauty back in your next project by seeing red. Born to beat the elements, Western Red Cedar is awesome for outdoor rooms, decks, fences, pergolas, and more. Inside, cedar's a sweet choice for hope chests, highlight walls, and woodworking projects, big and small. Stable, chemical-free, and safe, cedar's a natural choice. So bring beauty back to the yard and punch up projects inside the house. For more information and ideas, see red at wrcla.org.
Back inside my Fix It Up life with my wife Teresa. We're talking man caves.
What?
I feel at home talking man caves.
Is it because you're a man?
You know what? I'm happy outside. I'm happy doing man stuff, I guess. Stuff traditionally
Wait.
in the man area.
Wait. I want to know. Oh, the music is picking up. Look at that. It's getting louder. It's chilling.
It's louder and it's chilling.
I like it. So I'm wondering if your man cave would actually be outside. If you like to be outside so much, why are we building the man cave in our basement?
If I had my druthers, whatever druthers are, by the way,
All right,
it's,
if you know
it's
what
unknown.
druthers are, tweet us right now or post us a notey note, because I don't know what druthers.
Immediately tweet what a druther is, and if I had one, I would have a blended space, in and out, like a garage with a suitable area to set up outside.
So you're kind of like JV at Building Moxie, who basically wants his own house.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to know because...
But you could do that in a basement. You could do that like a house that's a walkout. You could do that in a lot of different places.
But we've got the connoisseur of masculine design with us right now from Japanese Trash.
Talking trash, Dave Hine.
Dave, how are you?
I'm great, y'all. How are you?
We are doing great. We are excited to talk to you because Mark is like fascinated with what Japanese Trash is. Can you give us the, elevator version of what it is?
Elevator pitch.
Sure. First of all, I don't know that I've ever been called a connoisseur before, but having sewer in that kind of works with today's theme, right?
Totally.
So Japanese Trash is really all about interior design from a man's point of view. It really comes from the fact that a few years ago I was looking at online interior design blogs, and there was a lot of white, a lot of gold, a lot of pink, and nothing that really had that much interest for me and the other guys I know. So I wanted to put together something that would appeal to a more manly taste.
I like it. And I think that you are totally spot on because the whole interest in man space has been like exploding in the last decade. And I think, isn't man caves like in the dictionary now? It wasn't.
Yeah, I
like
think
15 years ago.
Jason Cameron is credited in that etymology too.
Yes, for his show on DIY Network. It's pretty awesome. So guys don't want pink and gold and white, you're saying, in their bathroom.
Yeah, typically, guys are going to want something that go more along the lines of those kinds of materials Jason was talking about. The concrete, the wood, the steel, that kind of stuff. You were asking Teresa about rugs, and there are really, really great wooden versions of rugs. They're not actually rugs, but they're, sort of like a teak pallet that you can step on when you come out of the shower, or even have in the base of your shower that does the same job but without all the frills.
I have to say that you are totally feeling our mojo because one thing that we're doing right now is testing out some materials in our old bathroom before we do our new bathroom, and one of the things that we did was exactly that. We have a little wooden bath mat now, and I really love it.
Yeah, I enjoy it every day.
Yeah.
That is so
well,
awesome.
And that's a great way to make any changes in your home, of course, is to try it out in a room first before you go whole hog in, whatever room it is you're looking to. You like that whole hog, huh, Mark?
Yeah, that's right.
Whatever room you're looking to make the change in. So great, good for you.
I was thinking about the hyperbole of that whole phrase when people just absolutely go crazy doing the wrong thing. They decide, what, I saw something somewhere, I'm painting this whole joint black. And next thing you know, they've got a black bathroom, and you're like, that stinks. So, it's good to hear you and Teresa echo the try it out category.
The whole thing
Well,
black,
the
you
other thing
mean?
that
Like black walls, black ceiling,
The whole
black toilet, black sink, like it's just
black.
literally black.
Man cave bathroom black.
That's insane.
Again, I use the word hyperbole.
Okay.
Yeah, because somebody sees a room that they like and it's got a black wall, and if a little bit is good, then a lot has got to be great, right? And that's not necessarily the case.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
It wasn't smart back in the 80s with hair. And it's not smart now, too. Yeah. Everybody, that was from the 80s has those photos of that hair. Right?
Yeah. Now, Dave, if you're designing your own bathroom, and let's just pretend budget, it doesn't matter, what would be the predominant look that you'd go for in a masculine design?
Oh, I think Dave actually shared some photos with us that we can put up, too. So hopefully there were some of your fantasy bathrooms.
Yeah, there's some fantasy bathrooms in there. You know what I wouldn't do is that $20,000 throne that you posted on your Facebook page today.
Isn't that thing just both gorgeous and totally absurd all at the same time?
Yeah, it's really hysterical. It's perfect for somebody who has some kind of, old with an E English fantasy going on. But that wouldn't be my fantasy man cave bathroom. I think mine would really be kind of a mashup between the best things of a gym locker room and the best things, and one of those best things from a sort of service station, car garage kind of a place. And one of those things would be that floor-length urinal. You can't do without that floor-length urinal. Woohoo!
Interview's over.
Yeah.
110%. That's all we needed. We'll wait in silence now because it's not getting better.
I do want to say, though, Mark, that bathroom from Facebook, that whole toilet thing that you have, it reminds me of something that would be in that Hearst home that they built out in California. I forget what the name is.
Xanadu.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It would go there, but that would be good for his man cave bathroom.
Rosebud.
Okay, never mind.
I don't know how many people are going to get that reference, but I get it, Mark, and I appreciate it.
You're a good man. I like that you know jokes. If you know the Rosebud reference that I'm referring to, post it on Facebook, Google Plus page, or tweet us, and we'll give you something real good.
Oh, we have someone
here's
who's...
a little extra. I was going to say a little extra clue to that is Orson Welles.
Nice.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is good. So, yeah, by the way, that thing cost somewhere between $15,000 and $25,000.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So
part of my ultimate man cave.
So in a man cave, I have to say, I've seen all kinds of decked out ones, on like, everywhere.
Pinterest.
Yes, and the essentials for a man cave beyond materials. Like, do you need to have a bookshelf? Like Amy Wax made a comment on our Google Plus page. Do you need to have a chair? Do you need to have something else that you can lounge on? Because we women like to have that in our powder rooms. Do you need to have? Well, you have to have a TV. But do you need to have a sound system in the shower? What else do men really want? A kegerator?
Let's go with Dave first on this one.
Yeah, I want to know. So, Dave, what are
I've got answers all over the place.
Essential features.
So here's my take on this, and this is not a cop-out answer, but the answer is that what you need is based on who you are, because the bathroom, just like any other room in your house, should reflect your own personal style. So if what you really love is to be surrounded by books, or you're an author and you think that having a library in the bathroom is the way to go, then absolutely, if you need it, you do it. And that's really just my philosophy about any room in the house, including the bathroom.
Now, do you bring some of that aesthetic you were talking about, the mashup of gas station restroom, and I'm thinking retro with really cool stuff in it, like the 1950s pull-up kind of, the guy comes out in a tie and pumps your gas and washes your windshield kind of aesthetic. And I got so fired up by that one, I forgot the other one.
I'm just thinking about a guy in the bathroom that's like has my towel ready, and that kind of creeps me out.
No, that's not that place.
That's like back.
Where do you go?
That's like the movie about the Chinese emperor, the last what's that movie?
The last
called?
movie
The
I
Last
never saw
Emperor,
with
I think,
you.
where like the people are
Yeah.
like helping them in the bathroom. Take
What
baths
kind of
and
shows
stuff.
are you watching?
It's a movie.
Oh, that makes it okay.
Isn't that what the name
Can
of the
Dave
last emperor? or
please, for
something?
the love of blessed God, answer this question?
So basically, the man cave bathroom, you don't want any women.
Well, I think that's a given. It's the man cave,
Can we visit?
right? It's the man cave. If I'm not in there, you can come in, right?
That's
So,
right.
And Teresa, I'm a little bit with Mark on this. I'm not really sure where you went on this whole subject with, somebody in the bathroom to kind of help you out. Maybe when I'm 90.
Yeah, exactly.
No, like royalty a long time ago.
So anyway, Dave, you and I, and you got to follow Dave, by the way, at Japanese Trash on Twitter.
Yes, you do.
And check out what he's talking about. Not that he can talk about it here.
Well, because there aren't a lot of people that are talking about masculine design. They're really, like you are. I don't know of anybody else on Twitter that is just focused on that.
By the way, the first thing I thought of when I read some of your bio, checked out some of your site, JapaneseTrash.com, was Ridley Scott Blade Runner. That has feel. Is that your mojo a little bit?
That's a big part of my mojo. That sense of the future being now and that ability to sort of bring that passion. And again, this is what the man cave idea is all about, is you're exploring your own passions, right? And you don't want to do it as you're from the point of view of your room is going to be the hit with the 12-year-olds in the neighborhood, because that's just a joke. You want to have, some kind of finesse to it, right? And so that sense of the future being now with Blade Runner, Ridley Scott, that's a huge one of my influences, because there's that sense of both cleanliness and decay happening all at once, which is really interesting to me.
Yes.
Personally.
You know what? No one has ever articulated that film, which is one of the best movies ever. And if you have an eye for design, the set designer on this film, which 1986 maybe, is when that came out.
Yeah, around then.
Harrison Ford, one of his early roles. Exactly, Dave, as you described. And whether or not you watch the story, you watch it with the sound off. The sets that they picked for this are so through the roof cool that I totally am picking up on that mojo.
I have to repeat what he said, though. Cleanliness and decay, because I've never heard those two words put together before, and it paints such a beautiful picture.
Thanks. Well, I'm super influenced by film and television. Another great example of masculine design in the media is what the set designers for True Blood did with Bill Compton's house in those last couple of seasons. I don't know if you guys watched True Blood or not, but there's this real refinement to all the spaces there. And even though, he's a vampire and what have you, he's a guy who is in charge of his own life. And those rooms really reflected, again, that sense of, real sophistication, but with some undertones of, I'm a little bit scared about what's going on here. And that kinds of things are what brings a real excitement and tension to a space. And that's really what I'm looking for.
Well,
I want to say that Amy, somebody just commented on Google Plus. I want to say what she said. Amy Wax, she says that retro neon signs, movie posters, sports memorabilia, anything that reflects the person using the space. Dave's comment about the bathroom is an exaggeration of the person using the space is dead on. So highs to the fives to you.
Hey, right on.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm trying to say, is be who you are in your life and be who you are in your spaces. Don't kitsch it up, don't turn it into a joke. But, you know, bring those influences in. My other influence was sort of like the locker room at a gym, right? So why not have an extra large shower like you would find in that kind of a space? Bring those kinds of elements into your own spaces if it really truly reflects who you are.
Well, I have to say we've been talking most of this hour from the man's perspective. So, Dave, do you want to stick around? We'll bring you back in because we have got another design connoisseur coming up after this break, Barbara Viteri, and she hosts Viteri Style. So I want to get a little bit of what she thinks about this whole man cave bathroom business because I'm kind of outnumbered today. Like,
it's okay to even the sides.
Yeah, we need to even up the sides. We need to, like, you know, make sure it's 50-50.
Because every day I'm only outgunned by about 3,700 to 1.
Well, because the thing is that the man cave bathroom or any man cave takes up space in our home, you know, as our married area,
doilies,
our family.
And I want to pick up with you, Dave, at some point somewhere, whether we talk about it or not, on what are good tips for guys for sophistication.
Ooh.
I want to know what you think of that and what registers with you for, you know, pick a situation. Be a new dad, be a businessman, just graduated from college, whatever it is, so that you can be streamlined, you can be more Barney Stinson than Bluto Blutowski. So, chug a beer, stay with us. There's more suds, fun, and man cave action on the other side with more My Fix It Up Life.
In the parking lot, I'll be there around 9 o'clock. Timing couldn't have been much better.
Looking for a no-hassles roof for your home? Da Vinci Roofscapes offers affordable slate and shake roofing tiles that add long-term beauty to your home. The synthetic Da Vinci tiles resist mold, algae, fungus, and insects. Backed by a 50-year warranty, Da Vinci roofs are fire-resistant and withstand severe weather like high winds and hail. It's no wonder thousands of homeowners have chosen Da Vinci slate and shake tiles to not only protect but enhance the beauty of their homes. Learn more about award-winning Da Vinci products at DaVinciRoofscapes.com or call 1-800-328-4624 today.
Rebuilding Together believes that everyone deserves to live in a safe and healthy home. For nearly 25 years, Rebuilding Together has provided critical home repairs for low-income homeowners in need. With support from volunteers and skilled professionals, Rebuilding Together affiliates complete 10,000 rebuild projects every year, working to revitalize and stabilize vulnerable neighborhoods and communities across the country. Join Rebuilding Together and rebuild in your community. Find out how you can make a difference and get involved at rebuildingtogether.org.
I'm rocking out, Mark.
I'm feeling it. I'm in.
Just checking. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, Barbara.
Barbara Viteri.
Oh, she's in the house.
You're in.
Hi, how you doing?
We are doing great. I think that song is from Dave Devlin, Jeff Devlin's brother. Jeff Devlin hosts I Hate My
Bath
on the DIY Network. How appropriate.
Really good. That guy rocks.
He totally rocks. And
but we're gonna have to put a stop to this immediately, where you wipe out everything behind you. Scented candles, wrong. Baby pictures, wrong. Man cave bathroom topic, wrong.
Orchid is beautiful. That
flowers.
Picture of the flowers.
I want.
Yes, thank you, Teresa. You know, I had a designer that said the same thing. And boo-hoo, I'm actually on your show, so I'm doing something right. So,
yeah.
I like my flowers and my babies.
Different topic.
This is not the man cave bathroom.
Different topic,
Barbara,
you're fine.
Barbara, we hate that person. We just don't like them. They're not nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll be there
I'll
5
join
minutes.
you on that.
I'll be there 5 minutes ago to remodel your office.
It's just like Dave was
Sounds
saying.
good. I got 4,000 square feet you can remodel, so there's plenty for you to do.
Holy
Nice.
guacamole.
Nice. Now,
Yeah,
we've
tell me about
seen you all over the place. I've seen you, you're both married, but arm in arm on Facebook with Stephen Fanuca, $1 Million Contractor.
Aw.
And you guys were at a party or some kind of super event in New York City.
Yeah, Steve gets around in a good way, But when I was asked to do a show, I went to Steve, and Steve, I don't know if you can see, was so sweet to autograph the cover of his magazine and kind of give some good advice of just keeping it real. So that's my game plan for my talk show coming up on the Design Network called Design Celebrity Talk.
Yeah, and give us a vibe of what that's about before we jump all the way in to the sewer line of the bathroom.
Yeah, we're going to talk crap real soon, right?
Yeah.
Potty mouth.
I'll start now.
Yes. Well, my talk show, funny enough, is about talking to celebrity interior designers. So we have talk shows that we're used to with, celebrities from Hollywood talking about their movies or a song that they have coming. And in my industry, speaking with interior designers, they're just like athletes. They have endorsement deals and licensing deals. They've been on television. They have books. So I get to sit them down on the couch on my turf and shoot the breeze with them.
Oh, that's awesome.
I like that. Because you know what you don't get from looking at someone's design or from like a packaged TV show is really like who they are and what they're about.
The inspiration, what drives their bus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I bust their chops, too, at the same time, because not everything that, we're going to have a conversation with is going to be just about interior design. It's nice to know, like, if their clients drove them the drink or, can they give some opinion on the spot of other people's work. So it's a really different dynamic show. It's an hour talk show compact in just 10 minutes for a web series. It's loads of fun.
Jamming.
Okay, so where can everybody go to watch that, and when does it start airing?
Yay. Well, it's on the Design Network.
Okay.
So you can go on their website, www.designnetwork.com. And I believe the first episode airs on November 4th. And there is a promo video coming out, which would be really great. So it's sort of like the trailer of what the show is about. I'm kind of like a go big or go home kind of girl. So I'm excited that this sort of trailer preview is going to come out. And doesn't tell you who's going to be on the show, but it gives you enough idea just by their shoes. So
if you follow her at Viteri Style on Twitter or check her out on Facebook, I doubt many seconds will go by before that's live and you tweet it out.
Yeah, and I think we can post a link from our website too.
What's a link?
Oh, Lord.
Thank you.
Let's get to it.
Wait.
Man cave bathrooms. Enough of the flower stuff. We'll do that some other show.
All right. So you sent us a picture on the Twitter. And there's a lady's leg hanging out of the bathtub.
Now you're talking.
And then you said it was you.
Oh, my God, you have it there.
Yes, we do.
Well, here's the funny thing. In my house, again, I'm living in a home that is basically the remake movie of The Money Pit, basically, qualifies at that level. And the first room inside the house, because we have to renovate it room by room, was, of course, the bathroom. Like, I just wanted to be able to be in my home and take a bath and feel clean. And because my house is in major need of renovation, we weren't going to do the kitchen. We weren't going to do the kids' bedroom. We thought we'll do the hall bathroom where the whole family can use it. So, unfortunately, there will be a man's cave. And I say unfortunately because I'm sort of thinking of the wing where we want to put it. I do feel a man's cave bathroom should be adjacent to a man's cave, whether it's the basement, the attic, the garage, any place other than, my sanctuary. But this is a hall bathroom that we renovated, and, for fun, I've been married for 17 years, so for my kicks and giggles, I put on black tights and silver shoes and said, honey, the bathroom's done, come home, and that was my little message to him.
Oh, that's cute. That's nice.
Yeah.
And that's, what it is from people who've been married for a long time? And it's great marriage advice. It's not super boring. It's not hyper uptight. It's like, hey, you remember we got married for a reason?
We did, right?
Yeah, and if the kids don't remind you, that usually happens. They tend to remind you that you've been married for a while.
Yeah.
Yes, you can actually see how long you've been married by the age of your children. Because, like, our little one just turned 6, and it's like, really?
Aww.
How does he get so big?
I know.
Notice how you change the subject
it makes you
away
run to the mirror to find out if you're getting the wrinkles.
Well, I can bring it back to the man caves because one of the reasons why I want to do that urinal that goes to the floor is because we have a 6-year-old boy too. So, like, that also lends itself to cleanliness. Because any moms of little boys out there, that they're you know.
We're spending a lot of time with Clorox wipes on the multiple toilet seat areas.
Yeah, you're the commercial, right? Where
was-
you have like the 2-year-old boy holding his little potty and running down the hall, and then everything starts spewing out. In my house, I have a 6-year-old son, and I trained him with a Cheerio in the toilet for good aim. You know, we're going to do this right, so learn how to control it, and let's just keep it in the circle, aim for the Cheerio. So we've been good. No major weird accidents. You know, not even to the point where he just forgets to keep the toilet seat up. Like, we're at that level, and that's probably from the OCD mom. But I do think for a man's cave bathroom, I agree, you do need the urinal. Like, that's your thing. You know, maybe the bidet would be our thing. Not my thing, but, you know, for women, maybe it would be our thing. But for a man's, you know, cave bathroom, the urinal makes sense. You know, the television, I know Jason was talking about that. That makes sense. The bigger the better, you know, like Cribs on MTV. I get that. But what I thought was interesting is universally, I do think that you guys need to have like an exhaust system with the highest CFMs. Because not all your diets are the same. You know what I mean? Like, if it sounds like a 747 in there, I'm sure we're not going to have any smell resonating throughout the house. You know what I'm saying?
I can hear that.
That is one of the things I have concern about, because, you know, all of like the new ventilation, the vent fans in bathrooms.
Oh, the
there's
combination vent fans.
They're quiet now, and a lot of men over the years have relied on that as sort of a privacy setting for the bathroom. So,
oh, I'm all for it. It should sound like a 747 in the bathroom. It really should, because then I know it's working. I don't want to have evidence when I walk in the hallway and go, oh, well, he's in there. I can tell.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God!
You should just have 50,000 packs of matches in there. Just light the whole pack.
Mark, we have to bring Dave back in, don't we? Because, you know what? I think it's only fair, don't you?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a man cave bathroom show, and he's got great points, and Barb and Dave can easily find common ground.
And I want to know what Dave thinks about the whole, like, quiet fan. Is that something that belongs in the man cave, or does it need to sound like a 747?
I think Barbara is spot on with the idea of it needing to be a 747 sound. You know, the quiet fan, who needs that? You're completely right, Teresa. It's all about that privacy setting.
I like it. I like you, Dave. You're on my Christmas list.
So what we need to...
Well, you're on mine now, too.
Oh, we made a love connection. Oh, that's great.
Oh,
so I think what we need to do is do a call out to manufacturers of, like, our friends at Air King to say, you know what, maybe there should be a new kind of man cave bathroom, a man's vent fan that has, like, the regular vent.
Two settings.
And then the privacy setting where it's just like, it just sounds like a 747 in there. I think we need to call it to action.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I think that would be
And
cool.
I do think also, Mark, you're a licensed contractor, right?
Yes.
I mean, you do a lot of manual labor. My husband's a hairstylist, so he's lifting up blow dryers and cutting hair. He's on his feet all day. So I like the idea if a man's cave has sort of like a steam shower to relax the day, some sort of like, you know, spa setting of some sort. You guys can sit there and let the tension go away, because especially if you're doing a lot of manual labor. Because on top of that, you guys just come out like big babies anyway. My back hurts, you know, my neck hurts or whatever. So if that man cave can handle that, it's less of a complaint we ladies have to deal with, if you know what I mean.
I agree with you, and I just need to rewind back to your husband is a hairdresser.
Yes.
I almost
It wasn't his finest day of work.
I just almost started tearing up because
we need to get our hair cut.
I've always said that would be an awesome husband to have, is someone who could do like your hair every day and make you oh my goodness.
Let's put it in perspective. You know, I need to call a contractor like Steve Fanuca to put in a light bulb or hang a photo. So let's put this in perspective. You know, we are living in a fixer-upper.
There's a trade-off.
I'm not saying wife swap or anything like that, but I'm just saying, you know, we can get your hair did, and then maybe Mark can put in a new kitchen.
Well, let's circle back.
Husband swap. You go there, help her. He'll come over here, and you know he'll make me pretty.
If yeah, I am gonna go with sure, because as great a craft as doing hair well is, there's like a bathroom just costs more. If I have to do a whole bathroom, that's one hell of a swap.
Oh, no,
I'm telling you right now.
Well, you know what?
Well, I mean, color, highlight,
Yes.
you know, there's a lot of work there. Cut, you know, there's quite a bit.
Yes.
We would love to do a project with you. You're obviously crazy, and I mean that in the best possible way, but I need to circle this back around. Wait a minute.
Mark, no, I want to put in perspective. No, you know Ted Gibson.
Get the tape for the middle of the thing.
Ted Gibson, who I love on What Not to Wear.
You know there's only
ended,
3 minutes left in this, right?
But his haircuts are like $1,000 in New York. So, you know, put in perspective, I bet Barbara's husband might be charging about that. So that's sort of, you know.
Bring it on.
All right.
Salon day.
Let's go back to men.
I'm in. Wife swap.
Yeah.
But I want to get back to Dave's point because obviously, Barb, you're on this wavelength too of sophistication. We all, and Dave has mentioned locker room before, but he doesn't mean my high school locker room. He doesn't mean that. He means something.
Maybe like Nets level or, you know, like the New York Yankees type of level.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that sort of 3 tips, if you can think of them, that speak to sophistication and not to, you know, we're going to go and play some Smash Mouth football tomorrow.
All right, we have about a couple of minutes left, so let's go.
We would have had more.
Let's go to Barbara and then go to Dave. I want them both to weigh in.
Well, I think I mentioned the steam shower is, you know, I do feel that's a bit of a luxury item, but I do think there's a benefit. So that would be top on the list. No, actually the exhaust would be top on my list, but we are talking about luxury items, so we'll stick with the steam shower.
All right, Dave.
You want me to name all 3?
Sure.
Or is Dave going to chime in on his?
Let's go back and forth.
Yeah, we'll give Dave some man time.
Yeah, so my number 1 tip on the sophistication is to sort of up the ante in your materials. If you're in a locker room kind of situation, you're going to have a changing bench. Well, have your changing bench be a really nice wood and use stainless steel legs for the thing, you know? Make it the nicest changing bench you can possibly make it.
What if you made the changing bench so it was warm too? Because you know your bottom's gonna be on there and it'll be cold.
That is awesome. We have about a minute left,
luxury.
So we can't dive in too deep. So Barb, you get one more. Dave, you get one more, and we're rolling out of here.
All right.
Oh, I'm easy. TV, bigger, better. If you have to put surround sound in this bathroom when you're watching Transformers and you have SWAT outside thinking this is actually having a moment in your house, go for it. Bigger, better. TV important with the sound system.
Right. It only plays Blade Runner at Dave's house.
Blade Runner.
Exactly. So my big last tip would be more shower heads. You can't have too many shower heads. My version of a steam shower is not a steam shower, it's a team shower. So you've got 8, you know, massaging shower heads that you can point at you to get those muscles relaxed and really get taken care of.
I'm a big fan.
Or not feel like you cheated on your spouse.
I'm a big fan. And here's a DIY tip before we blow out of here. If you're going to do a steam shower like that, 1-inch supply lines. The regular 1/2 inch, just don't move enough water. We're going to move. We'll be right back, though. Don't go anywhere with more My Fix It Up Life.
Where do you begin?
It's time to bring beauty back in your next project by Seeing Red. Born to beat the elements, Western Red Cedar is awesome for outdoor rooms, decks, fences, pergolas, and more. Inside, Cedar's a sweet choice for Hope Chest, highlight projects, big and small. Stable, chemical-free, and safe, Cedar's a natural choice. So bring beauty back to the yard and punch up projects inside the house. For more information and ideas, see red at WRCLA.org. Sanding walls before you paint? Do it the Hyde way, not the hard way, with Hyde's dust-free sander. Attach to your wet dry vac and go. No drywall dust on your furniture, no tough cleanup when you're done. Buy online at Amazon.com.
rocking out.
How do you do? How about you?
You're back. We're here. It's the Man Cave Show. We've had Jason Cameron, Barb Viteri, and at Japanese Trash talking everything from pimped out benches to Blade Runner.
Yes, we have. We have covered the gamut in the bathroom, and I think that I have a better perspective on what men want in their bathroom, and I'm glad that we had Barbara on because she kind of helped, balance it out. And really good point about the exhaust fan. She's very focused on that, so I'm hoping her husband eats some more vegetables, but you know what? I'm cool with that. So we've been doing on Twitter, we're going to give away, I think, a T-shirt or two.
Right on.
Or a book or two. Mark wrote The Carpenter's Notebook. And I don't know, do we have a winner yet?
We're waiting to hear.
We will post that up on our Twitter, and we will DM you guys who won. And we're so excited for you connecting with us, and we want to hear what you guys think and you're talking about and everything like that with Man Cave bathrooms.
It's really good, too. And if you're thinking about doing your own man cave bathroom, I love so many of the things that we talked about today. Don't overdo it. Add some sophistication and add some music.
Ooh, we need that music. So, guys, you got to come back here next time for more My Fix It Up Life because we are here and we are on social network all week. So, tweet us, Facebook us.
Watch our videos on YouTube.
Yes.
Get inspired. Get work done.
We want to definitely know about your projects because they inspire us.
And get back here for another gigantic, fantastic, epic episode of My Fix It Up Life.
Yes, because next week, you know what we're talking about?
Do I have to?
Who?
Bring the action.
Oh, come back, we're designing for poop.
Sometimes we fight with the referee. I'm so glad you walked into my life, into my fix-it-up life. This is my fix-it-up life. Might be a white dress walking up to me. It might be sunrise and a sky blue sea. It might be the holder of my front door key. And I'd like to wait and see. Sometimes we agree just to agree. Sometimes we fight with the referee. I'm so glad that you became my wife. This is our fix-it-up life.